Hello everyone, in this tutorial I am going to show you how you can make login and register system in PHP. So first of all, we are going to go to our folder, then we'll go to our local disk C, then we need to go to the SAM folder, then inside SAM we need to go to the htdocs folder, go inside htdocs and here we are going to create a folder. So let me just right click here, then click on new and then click on folder. Let's say the folder name will be PHP project. Press enter. So it created a folder here. So let's go and open this folder using Visual Studio Code, or you can use any other code editor like Sublime Text or Atom or Notepad++. So I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. So I'll just go to my Windows search option. Then I'll search for Visual Studio Code. Here you can see. So I'll click on it. So there you can see it opened Visual Studio Code. So right now we need to click on File, then click on Open Folder. And I'll go to my local disk C, then XAMPP, then htdocs, and our folder name was PC project. This one, I'll select this one, then click on select folder, and there you can see it opened our folder over here. There you can see. So right now we're going to create a file over here. So here you can see we have the file icon here. Just click on it, and here we're going to give it a name. Let's say the file name will be register.php. Then press enter and we're going to create one more file. So I'll just click here and this file name will be login.php, and there you go. So right now here you can see we have login.php and register.php. So first of all, we are going to create a design for the register page. So let me just give over here the HTML tag, and inside the body we're going to make a registration form. We're going to make it simple. So let me just mention a div here, and inside this div we're going to have the form. Then in this form we are going to have some input field. So let's keep the input field inside a div. So let me say here div. In this div we're going to have a label, and the label name will be for register we'll have, let's say, name, email, and only password. So let's say here name, and for this name we need to have the input type. So the input type, it will be text, and for the input type we need to give a name. So name, it will be equal to, let's just say, username, or you can also say name here as well. So for this div we're going to mention a class for the CSS. So let's say the class name will be level_design, let's say. So right now we're going to copy this div and I'm going to paste it 3 times here. So 1, 2, and 3. So after name we're going to say here email, and for the email the type will be email. The name will be email as well. And this will be the password option. I mean the password input field. Let me say here password. The type will be password, and the name will be password as well. Let's say here password, and this one will be the register button. So for register button there is no need to have any label. So here you can see name. The name will be register, and input type will be submit, and we also need to mention a value. Let's say value, it will be register. Let me say here register. So right now let me just set this, and we want to open it in the browser. First of all, let's go and open our XAMPP. So just open the XAMPP and then start the Apache and mysql. Then what we are going to do is that we'll go to our browser and we'll run our project. So let's go to our browser. Just go to any browser, and here in the browser you need to say here localhost, and then we need to measure our folder name. For our case the folder name is PC project. There you can see. So we're going to mention PHP project. We need to write it exactly over here, then we need to give a slash, and our file name is register.php. There you can see. So we're going to say here register.php. Then if we now press enter, there you can see we're able to see name, email, and the password field. So we're going to make a simple design here. So for it, let's go back to our code. And first of all, let's say we want to have the input field in the center over here at this position. So for it, what you need to do is that here you can see we have a div here. So for this div, before the form, we are going to mention a class, and the class name will be, let's say, div underscore dg. Now we need to write some CSS for this class first. So let's get the top, and here in the head section, we're going to write the style. In the style, we're going to mention this div underscore dg. So since this is a class, we need to give a dot, then mention the class name, then to second bracket like this. And here inside this div underscore dg, we're going to say here text align, it will be center. If we now save it, then refresh here, then you can see it is over here. Let's have it at this position. For it, we're going to say margin top, it will be, let's say, 100 pixel. Let me just go back to our browser, refresh, and there you can see. So right now, let's go and add some background color, and let's also mention the width for it as well. So let's go back to the code, and we're going to say here backgrounds color, it will be, let's say, sky blue. We're going to make it simple, and we're going to say here width, it will be 60%. Save it, then refresh, and there you can see. Okay, let's do one thing. We need to use margin auto for this. So here at the top of text align, before it, we're going to say here margin, it will be auto. And make sure that you write margin top after margin auto, not before it. Let's save it and refresh here. There you can see. Let me just also add some padding here as well. Let's say padding will be 30 pixel. Let's go back, refresh, and there you go. So right now, let's go and write a text over here call, let's say register form. So let's go back, and here you can see form action. So before this, we're going to mention one more tag call h2. Here we're going to say register form. If we now set it, then refresh here, they can see it says register form. So for this register form, we're going to have a background color and also add some padding as well. So let's go back, and here you can see we have a h2 tag inside the div underscore dg. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say here dot div underscore dg, then h2, then to second bracket, we're going to say here background, it will be black, and let's say here width, it will be 100%. Save it, then refresh here, and there you can see we have the text, but the text color is black, that's why we are not able to see it. So we're going to say here color for the text, it will be white. And here you can see padding 30 pixel. Let me just use this from the div underscore dg. Save it here, refresh, and there you go. So right now, let's just have some gap among the name, email, and password, and also the register option. So here you can see we already mentioned a div class level underscore dg. So right now we'll write some CSS for this. Let me just copy this, and we'll go inside the style. We are only going to add a padding here. Let's say padding, it will be 20 pixel. Let me set it, refresh, and there you go. So let's just fix the design for the name, email, and password. So let's have it at the same position. For it, let's go back to the code. We're going to write the CSS for the label tag directly. So we can just say here level, the tag, and we can say width, it will be 100 pixel, display, it will be inline block, display, it will be inline block, and let's also mention the font size 17 pixel. Save it, then let me refresh, and there you go. So it looks greater right now. So there you can see our register form is complete. So if you want, you can make more design here, but I'm going to keep it simple. And right now we're going to make the login form as well. So let's go back to our code again, and I'm just going to copy whatever we have over here, Control A, Control C. Then we'll go to our login.php and we're going to paste it there. And from the login.php, what we're going to do is that we're going to remove this name from here, and we're going to say here instead of register form, it will be login form. And here you can see for the submit button, the name will be login and the value will be login. Let me say here login. Save it. And right now, if we just refresh here, then you can see this is register form. And if we just say here login.php and press enter, there you can see we have the login form and you only have the email and password here. We just remove the name input field from here. So right now what we need to is that we need to write a code so that we can register a user. And in order to register a user, we need to create a database. So make sure that your XAMPP is running both Apache and MySQL. Then open your XAMPP. So you can just go to this link onto 7.0.0.on/dashboard, or what you can do is that if you just click on directly on this admin option, it will also open XAMPP like this as well. So I want to use it in the Google Chrome, so I'm going to use it over here. And there you can see currently we are in the PHP admin. So here we need to create a database for the register and login form. For it, what we need to do is that after coming to the PHP admin, we need to click on this new option and we need to give a database name. Let's say the database name will be PHP project. And then click on create. And there you can see it created a database PHP project. So here we need to create a table inside this database. So here you can see name. Let's say the name will be users. And how many column do you want? It will be actually ID, name, email, password. So total will be 4. So right now, after giving 4 there, just click on create. And here it will take you to this page. Here you can see name. It will be ID, first one, integer, and we want to make the ID into a primary key. So here you can see AI, it means auto incremented. Let's check it and it will be primary. After name ID, we have the name, and name will be varchar. Let's say length will be 50. This will be email, varchar as well, length 50, and this one will be password. Again varchar, again just say here 50. So now here you can see a save option here. Just click on save, and there you go. It created a table over here called user. If you now just click here, there you can see this is the table and we have ID, name, email and password. Right now what we need to do is that from this register form, we want to upload those data over here. So how can we do it? This is actually really simple. Let's go back to our code and we'll go to our register.php. Then here you can see we have form action. Here we need to mention here method. So method will be post because we want to upload data to the database table. So we say here post, and here just keep the action empty because we are going to write the code to upload the data to the user table in the same page. If you want to write the code for the register form in different page, you need to mention it over here in the action. So we want to write the code in the same page, so we can just keep it empty. Then we'll just go at the top, and at the top we're going to give the PHP opening and PHP closing. Let's say here PHP opening, then PHP closing like this. Here first of all we need to connect our register.php page to the database. And how can we do it? This is really simple. We just need to declare a variable here. Let's say $con equal to, we need to say it will be new mysqli. Then we need to give to first bracket like this. And first of all, we need to mention our host name, and the host name is localhost. Then we need to give a comma here. Then we need to give the username, and by default the username is always root. Then we need to give a password. Most of the case the password will be null. And then here you can see, so for this one, for the last one, we need to mention our database name. And our database name is, here you can see, PHP project, this one. So I can just copy this and paste it here. So if you want to check whether the database is properly connected or not, you can just give a if condition. If $con this arrow sign connect underscore error. So we use this connect error to check if there is any error in database connection. So this is a function for PHP. So there is no need to worry about it. The error will be automatically generated by PHP. So you just need to mention the variable name over here. If there is any error, we are going to print something. Echo, let's say failed connection. And if you also want to show the error message, just give a dot here. Then you can mention this $con connect error. So if we now just save it, then refresh here in the register.php, there won't be any error. But if we just say here PHP project 123, now this database does not exist in our PHP admin. So if we save it, then refresh here, it will give us an error that unknown database project PHP project 123. So I'm just going to remove this 123, and if there is no error, it means our database is properly connected. After connecting our database to the register.php, what we need to do is that we need to write the code to upload those data, name, email and password to the users table over here. For it, let's go back to the code again, and here you can see already mentioned method equal to post. And if we now go down here, you can see for the submit button, name is register. There you can see register. So first of all, we are going to check if someone click on the register button or not. For it, we need to give a if condition. If is set, then to first bracket, and we're going to say $_ post, then to third bracket, then to double quotation here. And inside this two double quotation, we need to mention the submit button name here. Here you can see name equal to register. So we are going to say here register. Then we'll give to second bracket like this. So whenever someone click on the register button, only then it will come to the if condition. And when someone click on the register button, it means we are trying to upload those data, name, email and password to the user table, right? So we need to get the username, email and password. For it, we just need to first of all declare a variable. Let's say $name equal to, it will be $_post. Let me just copy this directly from here. And here you can see register. So it will be actually username. For the name is username. So we just need to copy this and we need to paste it here, username. So after name we'll get the email, then we'll get the password. So this will be email and this will be password. Here we're going to say email, this will be email, and this one will be password. Let's say here password, and the username, instead of username we need to say here password. So here you can see email and password, those will come from, let me just go down here. Here you can see name equal to email and name equal to password. And the thing is, we shouldn't show the password in the database. So we're going to encrypt our password. And how can we encrypt our password? That is really simple. We just need to mention over here MD5 before it, and we need to keep those inside to first bracket like this. So this MD5 will encrypt our password and store it in the table. Now before we let a user register in the user table, we need to check if the email already exist in the database table or not. If the email exists, we're going to say that sorry, you cannot register because you are already registered. So we're going to first of all check if the email exists in the database table or not. For it, we're going to say here $check. Let's say email equal to we're going to write a SQL query here. So we need to say here select star from, we need to mention our table name, which is users. There you can see there is a S because in the table the name is users. Select star from users where email equal to, we need to give two single quotation here, and we're going to mention this $email over here inside this two single quotation. So this email will come from here. Here you can see email. So this email is basically this one, and this $email is this one. So if we are checking if there is already an email, same email exists in the user table. If exists, we are going to show a message. So we'll say here if check email exists. So we can just copy it and paste it here. If it exists, we're going to print something. We say here echo email already exists. And if the email do not exist, then it means we can let the user register. So we're going to give a else condition here. After if, we're going to give a else condition, and in the else condition we're going to say here first we need to declare a variable. Let's say $SQL equal to we need to write this query call insert. So we say here insert into, we need to mention our table name, which is users. Then we need to give two first bracket like this, and inside this two first bracket we're going to mention this name, email and password field. We're going to say here name comma email comma password, and for those name, email and password the values will be those on $name, $email and $password. So here we are going to say hellos, then we'll give two first bracket like this, and inside it we'll give two single quotation, and in the first one we're going to say $name, and make sure to follow the sequence. After name we have the email, so we're going to say here $email, then we're going to say $password, and if the inside is successful, we are going to send the user to the login page with a message, or we can also send the user to different page as well. So let's just send the user to the login page when the register is successful. So here we're going to give a if condition. If $con, it means connection, which is our database name, basically this one $con. Then we'll give this arrow sign, and we're going to say here query, then to first bracket, and we're going to mention this $SQL here. Let's say $SQL. If it is equal true, it means if there is no error, then we're going to send the user to the login page. So we'll say here header to first bracket, and it will be location login.php. Okay, let's just do this. If we now save it, then if we now refresh here, let's say name will be Yamin Shakin, email will be Yamin, and password 12345678. Click on register. Okay, it give us the email already exist. Okay, let's do one thing, that is here you can see if check email. So before this we're going to say here let's say $result equal to we're going to mention our database name, which is $con. Then this arrow sign, it will be query to first bracket, and then we're going to mention this check email. And after that, here in this if condition, we're going to mention this $result, $result, then this arrow sign number underscore rows is greater than 0. is greater than 0. So here what we are checking is that first of all we are checking if there is the same email exist or not. If exist and if the number is more than 1, show me a message call email already exists, otherwise just insert those data to the database table. So let me save it again and refresh share. And so here let me just say here Yamin Shakil, email will be Yamin, and we're going to give a password on 2345678. Click on register. There you can see it took us to the login phase, and if we just go to our database table and refresh here, there you can see it is showing us the name, email and password, and the password is encrypted. Now if we try to let's say register with the same email address, it should show us a message that email already exists. If I now click on register again, it will show us a message called email already exists, and it will not add that data to the database. Okay, so our register part is done. So now we can move to the login part. So here you can see this is our login form. So what we want is that before you give the email and password, we want to go to the next page with the logout button. And the login is really simple actually. So let me just go to our code and we'll go to our login.php, and here you can see name equal to login for the submit button. So at the top, we are going to mention the PHP opening and PHP closing. So let me say here PHP opening, then PHP closing. And first of all, we need to make the database connection. So here you can see $con and this if condition. We're just going to copy this and paste it here. There you go. So after giving the $connection, we're going to mention the if condition. If someone click on the login button or not. So if is set, then to first bracket we'll set $_post and make sure to keep it in capital. Then to third bracket to single quotation and it will be login, because over here for the button the name is login. Right now we're going to give to second bracket and we're going to check if the email and password matches with the database or not. If matches, okay, we'll let the user login. Otherwise, we'll show a message called username or password is incorrect. So first of all, we're going to declare a variable. Let's say $email. You can declare the variable anything you want. Equal to, it will be $_post to third bracket to single quotation. It will be email. And here you can see this email is basically this one. So after the email, we need to get the password. So we are going to say here $password equal to, we're going to say here MD5, then to first bracket, and I can just copy this $_post email and paste it here, and instead of email, we're going to say here password. And we need to mention this MD5 because when we are registering the user, we also mention the MD5 here. That's why. So after getting the email and password for the login form, here you can see name is email and name is password. So after getting the name and email and password, we're going to give a SQL query. So we'll say here $SQL equal to double quotation select star from user where, okay, actually it will be users. Then we'll say here where email equal to, we'll give to single quotation and we'll mention this $email here, $email, and password equal to, it will be this $password. Let me just copy and paste it here. And we need to end this with a double quotation. Okay, I made a mistake here. It will be single quotation here and it will be double quotation like this. So select star from user where email equal to email and password equal to password. Here this email and this password will come from the user table. So in the users table, it will match the email and password. Okay. So if the email and password matches, then we are going to declare a variable. Let's say $result equal to $connection, which is the database connection, $con. Then we need to say here query to first bracket, and we need to mention this $SQL over here like this. After that, we're going to give a if condition. If $result, this arrow sign, num underscore rows is greater than 0, it means the username and password matches with the database table. Then we're going to start a session underscore start, and for now let's just send the user to a different page. Let's say here header, it will be location, let's say home.php. So let me just save it and let me just create home.php here. So here we are going to say home.php, and in the home.php for now we're just going to say here home page. And if the username and password, I mean email and password, do not matches in the users table, then we'll just say here else, and we'll just echo something, and that will be incorrect email or password. Save it, then refresh here. Now let's try to log in. So we have only on email address here, which is yamin@gmail.com, and we need to give a password which is 123456778. Click on login. Okay, it didn't work. Let me check. If is say post login. Let me just go down. Okay, here you can see form equal to action. So we need to say here method. Sorry, I forgot about that. Equal to, it will be post. So let me say here post, and the action will be in the same page. That's why just keep it empty. So right now let me just save it and let me just try it again. Refresh here. Let's say here yamin, and the password is 123456778. Click on login. There you can see it took us to the home page. So in the home page, we want to see the logged in username with the logout option. So for it, what you need to do is, let's go back to our code, and here you can see that we started the session. So using the session, we can send the logged in username and email to the home page. So for it, what you need to do is that after this session start, we're going to say here $row equal to $result, which is this one. Then we're going to say here this arrow sign fetch, again arrow sign assoc. So what we are doing is that in this $row variable, we are storing or we are getting all the users data, and from the users data, let's say we want to get the user email. So we are going to say here $_ session equal to, then to third bracket, let's say here email. We will send the email from here. It will be $row to third bracket email. So here you can see $session email. So this is just a variable, and this will come from the database table email. So we are sending this email to the home.php. So if we just go to our home.php, and if we just say here, okay, let me just keep the PHP opening, then the PHP closing. In this PHP opening and closing, we're going to say here echo. Then we're going to say here $_ session email. I can just copy it from here and paste it over here. So if we now just save it, then refresh here. Okay, it is a global variable. The thing is, we need to mention, okay, let's go at the top and we're going to say here session start. So let me say here session underscore start. Let me save it and refresh here. At line 18, there is a error. So here, this will catch the email from the login.php from here. And okay, I made a mistake here. It will be dollar result fetch underscore assoc. Let me save it. Refresh here. Let's give here the username, then the password. Click on login, and there you can see it is showing us the home page and the email address as well. So let's go and have a logout option over here. So in order to make the logout option, all you need to do is that let's go to our home.php, and here we're going to say anchor tag, and in the anchor tag, okay, we need to write it outside the PHP tag. So in the anchor tag, we just need to say here logout, and in the H step, let's say here logout.php. So let's go and create logout.php. So here I'm going to click on this icon and we're going to say here logout.php. Okay. So in this logout.php, we're going to give the PHP opening, then the PHP closing, and inside it, we're going to say session underscore destroy. Then we'll send the user to the home page. So let's say here, let's say we send the user to the login page. So we are going to say here location, it will be login.php. So let's save it here and here. Let's go refresh, and there you can see we have the logout option. If you click on logout, it will send the user to the login page. So this is how you can make a simple login and registration system in PHP. I hope this tutorial was useful. If you have any question or suggestion, just let me know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future tutorials.